Hi everybody, Greg Hampshire, Advantage Insurance, your family-owned and operated independent insurance agency here in central Pennsylvania. Today's video is about vacation. We're in the middle of summer and we're full into vacation mode. I know I am. I'm looking forward to my vacation. And believe it or not, the summer's more than half over. We're getting to a point where a lot of families are going to be taking vacations, trying to fit them in before kids go back to school. So I have 4 tips for you to think about before you do leave to help protect you and your home while you are gone. So the first thing, I know a lot of you think about this, but just a friendly reminder, make sure that you're stopping your mail while you're gone. The last thing you want, especially if you have a mailbox attached to your house, you have a mailman that walks around door to door, you don't want mail piling up, hanging up out over the top of that mailbox. It's a pretty good indication to thieves that you are not at home. So number one thing, make sure you're stopping your mail while you're gone. Second thing, making sure that you have timers on one or multiple lights so that they turn on at night to make it appear like somebody's home. Now, I know technology has changed since this movie has been out, but if you remember in Home Alone, the crooks actually sat on the street and could tell you exactly when the timers were going to turn on for each of the houses. So if that's you and you don't necessarily want to use the old school timers where it is routine and it's coming on at 9:05 every night, there are some new technologies with applications where you can set timers and then actually turn lights on and off with your app while you're away. You can automate that process, make it a little bit more random and make you feel better while you're away. So that's number 2. Tip number 3, make sure you get friendly with your neighbors. It's hard these days. We're so busy, we don't necessarily talk to our neighbors as much as we used to 50 years ago. But it's important that you do let them know that you're going to be gone, especially if you trust them. That way, my wife orders a lot of packages online. So if there's a package that's delayed and doesn't get delivered before you leave, you don't want that sitting on your front porch. Pretty good indication you're not home. That way the neighbors can come over and pick those things up for you. Also, during the summer, there's an awful lot of storms. If there happens to be a storm where your home is damaged, that way they can note that damage, get in touch with you, make sure you give them your phone number, and you're aware of any situations that may be happening while you're gone. Knowing your neighbor is also going to be important for the next tip. And I'm actually going to tie this to insurance. I know, believe it or not, an insurance agent talking about insurance. But the 4th tip is specific to hot water heaters. You would be amazed how many times people call us with claims that while they were away, their hot water heater burst. So if you can imagine, you leave on a Saturday for vacation. Sunday, your hot water heater fails and you have water constantly running wherever that hot water heater is for the rest of your vacation. 1, that is a huge water bill. 2, that is going to be a mess by the time you get back. You may have your air conditioning turned down so that it's not quite as cold while you're there. So you have the heat of the summer, you have water, that's going to lead to a lot of mold, damaging potentially your furnace and other units that might be in the basement or where your hot water heater is. If you have a finished basement, damaging all of that. So how do you take care of that? How do you prevent that from happening? Yeah, you can turn off your water at the main. That is one option. But 2, back to technology again, actually. They actually have little devices that work through Wi-Fi that you can place in water-sensitive areas that detect leaks. Roost is the name of one company that comes to mind right away. So you have these little devices. I set them next to your water heater, next to your washing machine, underneath your sinks where you have leaks commonly. And then they tie into your Wi-Fi and they will send your phone a signal if they detect water. You can also set them to detect swings in temperature, humidity levels, and that type of thing. That may indicate a problem. So you have this device, have it next to your hot water heater, if that thing should fail, this will go off and you will get an alert on your phone letting you know. So back to the neighbors and being friendly with them. If you do get that and you're away, you may be 500 miles away from home, you can give them a call and ask them to go down into your basement and shut off your main line. At that point, you want to make sure you're contacting your insurance company and getting a claim started. It may not be the best end of a vacation, but getting in front of that and stopping damage before it sits there for a week is going to help you long term. So that's the last tip I have for before you go away on vacation this year. Appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them down below. We love hearing them. Also, for you watching the video, please go to our website. We actually have a free resource for you there that you can take advantage of. Hope you find that useful. Have a great vacation, everybody, and a wonderful and safe summer.